Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a Mystic Eye Games, Mystic Eye unboxing of a new Kickstarter that I just received called Valor Villainy, Minions of Mordak by Skybound Games. It's a 2 to 6 player game for ages 12 and up, and it takes about 25 minutes per player. So what is this? Let's take a look. So here's the cover, really good cover art. Now this is one that I backed, but I don't think I went on all kinds of stuff because it was a bit of an unknown to me, but it looked like a really fun, enjoyable game. So we're going to take a look at the back of it. I mean, the artwork's really good on it. It's got some whimsical, really good art. Character art's great, and it does have a dice, like an exploration mechanic in a fantasy world, which I really like. And what does it say about the game? Well, it says up here, King Shapiro has perished in a freak catapult accident. So you can tell us some humor to this as well. His sleazy advisor, I'm not reading well today. His sleazy advisor, the evil wizard Mordak, menaces the population before vanishing into smoke. Foolish mortals, your beloved king has been catapulted. Now enjoy my 6-day procession of horrors before I return to the unfathomable powers, with my unfathomable powers to claim my rightful seat at the throne. Okay, so one player is the evil wizard. The others choose from 8 unique heroes and join forces to stop them. Now, I do believe there's a way to not play the evil guy. We'll have to see, but we're going to take a look at it and see. I actually enjoy playing one versus many with my family, where I'm the one. Works out pretty well for me. A scheming wizard, random board, minions, and hilarious spells make every game unique. And as you can see, we get to explore some land too. And it says destroying enemies and exploring earns unique gear and allows you to level up your hero. And then, of course, it has this is the deluxe edition of it, so it shows what's in there. And so I'm going to break open the seal right now. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. And we're going to unbox this baby and get the plastic off it and show you what's inside. It's got a very nice, boxes these days, because the Kickstarter, they have the money to do it. They actually make the boxes very nice. All right, so here we are. We're going to take the box lid off now and see what is inside here. Let's see what we got. Well, of course, we got the handy-dandy rule book. Pretty nice. And we got something we have to build. Looks like a tower or something like that. Treasure chests. Chests for our characters. Game overview. Components. The stuff that we need to do. The villain objective, the hero objective. All the different game components. Cards, etc. Looks like it's really well laid out. I like the layout of it quite a bit. Talks about setting up the table on a 4-player game and a 2 to 3 player game. Pretty neat. Okay, player characters, procession of horrors, which is this is how the characters get set up. Of course, Mordak has his procession of horrors, etc., and he's got different abilities he can use. So can the heroes. The different abilities come in the form of rolling different dice to get different effects. And it shows you how to do the actions: the hero turn, melee turn, additional actions, magic rolls. The minion step, which means Mordak gets to use his minions, leveling up, gaining level ups, final battle, game terms and rules. Pretty good rule book. Let me see. It talks about the different factions: the dwarves, the goblins, the elves, and the bone men. Those got to be the bad guys, right? Not a very, 21 pages, and it's got a nice round summary on the back, which I always like when they do this, so you can just have a quick reference on the back of the book. And then, of course, there's these treasure chests that we have to build out. Hero loot stash. That's interesting. They're like not completely. Yeah, that's interesting how they did that. Okay. Anyway, that's what these are. These are the chests that we have to build for each of the player characters. I hope they've done it right, where there's storage in there for this. Now, this is something interesting that I haven't seen very often. This right here. So it looks like there is great storage, and I love good storage. You guys hear me say that all the time. I hate it. Like Fantasy Flight Games was notorious for this. They give you a gazillion tokens and not even any baggies to store them in. You had to figure it out yourself. And then the box insert was so ridiculous. It was just a little paper box insert. And the games were great, but the storage was always something lacking. So it's like we have some dice type tokens. These are the different lands. I don't know that they do anything. It looks like they do all have some kind of, well, a lot of them have some type of bonus or something to them. They have a train type and things like that. And as you can see, there's quite a few of those. Some of them look like they're just roads and bridges and stuff. And they're double-sided. It does look like they're not the same on each side. That's interesting. So, well, these ones are double-sided, but these ones here are not. So then there's continuing on with more of these terrain type tiles. God, the artwork on them is really fantastic. You can see that, right? Really pretty artwork. Very good. I like it. It's whimsical. It's fantasy. It's good stuff. You can see the different hero tokens, but I think I have miniatures for those. I'm not sure. Then there's a little card there that I don't know what that does. I think it's just they had an extra space, so they filled it in with the art card up here. They did. And then continuing with the locations. We'll put those aside for now. That's what those are. Well, let's take a look at the artwork a little more detail, because I do think it's pretty nice. Look at that. It's very, very nice. Now, like I said, raggy. These ones are double-sided, and I did notice that a couple of them aren't exactly the same. Oh, it looks like they get destroyed. Okay. Well, no, this one doesn't, but this one does. Looks like it gets destroyed. See, because it's the Hawkmoor Keep. Anyway, I don't know how to play the game yet, other than the principles of it, the general idea, so we'll see what that does. But again, the artwork, I mean, look at that one. It's really nice. The artwork's beautiful. Okay, and then looks like these are creatures, turn cards, turn orders, the Procession of Horrors cards, which I think goes up against the villain card right there. I'm not sure what any of these tokens do necessarily, but these have a hole in them, so they're obviously for tracking something. And then it says, "Long live the king." I wonder what that token does. And there's some advertising here, Tidal Blades, Wonderland War, and the Grim Forest. I have this and this from them. I love both of these games. We play the Grim Forest a lot with the family. It's such a fun, light, simple game. It's really good. And you can see lots of storage. And there's two trays worth of storage in here. So let's take a look at the top tray. And I don't know if the bottom part comes out, but we'll open this up first because this has the miniatures in it. And you can see that there's lots of space for tokens and cards in here. I would imagine these cardboard bits just go away. Okay. Let's see. These look like the heroes right here. Let's take a look at those miniatures. I mean, miniatures today, these are hard plastic, by the way. Really nice. Has a number on the bottom. These miniatures today, the quality has gone up so much in pre-created, pre-built miniatures that I don't know why anybody does except for I guess the hobbyists that like putting together their miniatures, does this anymore. The only one I'll forgive at this point in time is Kingdom Death Monster, because the assembly of your miniatures, you can make different characters based on their gear and outfitting. But I will say that, like, Barrett from Meet Me at the Table has magnetized all the parts. Man, that must have been a painstaking effort, so you can put the miniatures together and reassemble them in different configurations. But these are the characters. I love that bard with the weird goblin mask. He looks like he might be a goblin on. It's pretty good. I showed you the priest or wizard priest looking guy. This looks like a sorceress of some kind. Very nice. Looks like a big, very large dwarven warrior. Oh, look at the detail. I mean, look at the details in this. These would paint up fantastically. Standing on a treasure chest, big hammer. Can't go wrong there. Looks like a paladin of some kind, perhaps, or a warrior. Probably more of a paladin type, looks like to me. Very nice looking. I mean, even the base has some detail on it. Very, very good. We'll keep going because there's still a few other miniatures. Not heavy miniatures on it, but there's enough. And I don't know what any of these do, but they all have a number 3 on the bottom. Archer. I mean, even this one has really solid detail. Like, these would paint up very nicely, and they're sturdy. I like that. God, they're really sturdy miniatures. Not flimsy at all. Even the little bow parts are, like, right here. They're not going to break easy unless you make an effort to do so. Horse, cartoony and comical, but really cool looking. I like it. Kind of fits the style of the game, so it's all good. This looks like another, like a rogue type character, coming down with the double blades. Pretty sweet. This looks like it's not Mord. It might be the bad guy. I think that might be the bad guy, Mordok or whatever his name is. Right there, kind of looks like him. And then a big ogre, goblin, orc type thing with a couple of big giant spears on his back. Yeah, pretty cool. And then there's these. I don't even know what these are. These 2 tokens here. They look cool. Don't know what they are. I'm sure we'll figure it out when I get to reading the rules in a playthrough. Now that is just one tray, so we're going to take that off. And I'm not sure what this does, so we'll leave it alone for the moment. Then underneath here, there's a box insert that leads to a second tray that has a whole bunch of other stuff in it. Looks like all the card slots, all the dice. these trays, I'm sure there's something in the book that tells you kind of how to set this up. Most of it's self-explanatory. Lots of cards. Here are the player boards, and by the way, they're indented, so you can put those, the dice, I think, or whatever, on these. Maybe the tokens as they go, or markers as you go along. And that's Mordak's board right there. There is Loxley. That's that roguish hero. You see, and again, these are all recessed, so the things won't fall out. There's a training thing there too. And I noticed that Mordak has something on the other side. We're not going to read it because I don't want to spoil any story for you, but let's leave them there. There's Loxley. These are really thick and stout. These are fantastic player boards, and the art is beautiful. It's comical, it's whimsical, but it's beautiful art. So good job, Skybound. Again, recessed here. I guess you get it once trained, a special ability. There's Guinevere, the ranger. So I was right. That was a paladin, the one in all the armor. She was a paladin. Mari, and you got Guinevere, ranger. And it looks like if they get defeated, their story is on the back, is what it is. You got Scroot. Scroot is apparently a hero, it looks like. Got all kinds of cool stuff there. Then you got Amos, the cleric. Can't go wrong with a cleric. You need healing. And they do have special abilities like Master of Divine and Healer's Boon there, but we're not going over the rules today. We're just unboxing. Then you got Alindra, the mage. That makes sense. They all look exactly like you'd expect them to do. And Bjorn, the fighter, the big dwarf Bjorn fighter. He looks like a dwarf, but I don't know, he was so big, it's hard to say. And then Wugner the Bard, who's a goblin bard. The guy's a really cool looking dude. And again, they all have stories on the back about the character. That's pretty neat. So we'll stack those up because there's lots more to look at in here. And again, this game trays is, man, what a brilliant move those guys have made. They've been making game trays for all kinds of people out there. They obviously have a very good plastic fabrication capability. These are the small cards. Again, I don't know what I need to do, but we'll take a look at them and see what the artwork looks like on them. And let's see, we're going to dump this out. I think that, I don't know if this needs to stay in the box or not. It's got like a two-part thing. I think it's just for transport. But anyway, because I think all this just has a piece of tape in it and everything. Anyway, these look like, what are these? These look like some kind of spell card, I think. And good quality. They got like a vinyl finish on them, so they won't destroy easily. And it does look like these are spells. Yeah, spell type things. I don't know any of the rules, so I can't tell you what any of them actually do in the game, and I don't know what their costs are. There's different costs. I guess maybe you can power it up or something. It's hard to say, but these are all. Yeah, this whole stack is all a bunch of spells. Looks like there's some duplication. I don't know. Is there? Yeah, there's a couple. There's like a couple of each, looks like. Alright, so that's a spell deck right there. We'll put those back in the box where they started. Then we got another big, giant deck of mini cards. I like mini cards when they're done right. Like, there's not too much information on them, so they get, like, look, I mean, let's be real, I'm getting older, and sometimes reading the little print on some things is getting tough without reading glasses, and these look like more spells, but different kind of spells. Maybe they're higher power or something. I don't know. Again, I don't know. So this looks like treasure, a raging mimic. So you can get some treasure and it'll attack you. But then there's real good treasure like this blunderbuss. And the artwork, again, really nice. Reminds me of a video game, and I'm trying to remember what it was. The one with all the orcs. Orcs Must Die, I think it is. The artwork is similar style. Okay, let's take a look at this. This set of cards here. These are probably getting into player abilities or monsters for the villain. I don't know. So we're just taking a look at this stuff. These look like they have powers. Like okay, yeah, these are probably things you have to defeat that the bad guy can put out in the game. Queen Syria. And they look like they get pretty tough as they go. Dwarf Arc Welder. I don't know. We'll have to see. Goblin Boom Chaka. Kind of reminds me of something that you'd see in not the artwork, but Warcraft. The artwork reminds me of Warcraft a lot too. Okay, really good stuff. Okay, there's that art from that deck right there. Again, I don't know what anything does, so it doesn't really matter. Just looking at how nice the art is. And then we got one more deck like this to go through. I'll also take a look at the dice and see what the quality of the dice is there. But this looks great. Okay, so we got this these collection Loot Hero Stash collection cards, which I think are on the bottom of those upgraded chests. Special abilities, talks about special abilities, and then, oh, these look like also like monsters of some kind, the bad guy monsters, yeah. That's what that looks like. But there's good ones too. I don't know, we'll have to see. I don't know, again, don't know the rules. So we will suss that out when I get to play. And then there's this whole token as opposed to the big cardboard piece that says that. And that goes right there. That is, by the way, there's a big chunk of metal. That's what that is. Big chunk of metal. It's all metal right there. And then I'll look at the dice. So this is what the dice are: deeply engraved, easily marked. Not as pretty as I've seen other dice, but very functional, and they're really solid. They look like, yeah, they're good. They're good dice. Can't go wrong. All right, that is what's in the box, guys. That's in the box for the game Valor and Villainy, and we'll get to see how this plays out, because it's definitely going to be something that ends up on the board for all of us. And I love these characters. These character boards are absolutely fantastic. So there you have it, guys. That's a little Mystic unboxing of this new Kickstarter, Valor and Villainy. And we'll get to see how this plays out in sometime soon. As you know, I'm going through a massive game of Aetherfields right now. I hope you're watching that. That is a really amazing game. And so there's a lot to do there. I imagine these have a place or a home in them somewhere, like maybe right there. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm going to put this back in just because I don't know that you don't keep it. Because it was in like this, and it set in there so nicely. My guess is you don't keep it, but I'm going to put it back just for now, so I get everything sorted out. And then this goes on top here. So typical gamer trays, nice lidded box area. Then of course everything here goes up. I'm going to have to read the rules, and I really like that they put them in the box with this ability to pull them out if you needed to, like easily pull these out of here without damaging the box. You just grab that little corner right there. That's pretty neat. And that goes there. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. They go inside. And then the rules, and we're good. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I will talk to you in the next episode of something. Take care. Enjoy your weekend. Have a great day.